year, prior years. Last year, we had, I think, 5 or 6 different speakers, and we spoke for about an hour and 45 minutes. And this year, Cecilia is our only speaker for 30 minutes. You're so happy. So let me tell you a little bit about how the room is going to work. I know some of you haven't been here before. So we're going to have a 30-minute presentation by Cecilia, and we're going to go into the second side of the room. We want to make sure that you picked up or you were given the right language for your department. If you work rehab or radiology or nursing or perinatal nursing or PCT or TAC, you want to make sure that the title on the paper that you have corresponds to your position. If it doesn't, when you come to the next room, we'll trade it out and we'll give you the right paper if you happen to have the wrong one. So we have different booths that we have set up. We have a crash cart in here, we have blood and restraints and wound care and the employee health nurse and PICC line. Depending on your department, you might only have 1 or 2 or all of it on your list. So if I can help to transition us a little bit easier to move through the system, those of you that are perinatal, you only have blood transfusions and the employee health nurse together this morning. And those of you that are rehab, respiratory, radiology, or some sub-tech, OR-tech type positions, you only have restraints and employee health nurse. For those of you that have something else, like PCTs, techs have skin care, nurses have crash cart, PICC line, if you have something else besides restraints or blood, do those sections first. So that those people that only have one thing to do and don't have to wait after all nurses, we have a lot of procedures, so it's best if we disperse ourselves a little bit. We're going to limit each group 4 or 5 people. So if you find that there's 5 people at the craft cart, there's 5 people here, 5 people here, everything is already taken, we have these posters around the room that were displayed in March in the cafeteria during safety week, and we have a whole thing, there's a lot of JACO content and stuff. You're welcome to read through those posters and then, sort of work your way around the room. But we don't want to have 10 or 12 people trying to hover over, what are they saying, just sign me off. But really keep it smaller to each table, and then, wait a few minutes, and then it'll be your turn again. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? Those of you that clocked in and that are going back to work, see me before you leave, and I'll help you clock into your regular hours. You see that here, maybe I'll do that. Nobody? All right, Cecilia, let's start the presentation.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So the good news is, yes, I only speak for about a half hour, but the bad news is that is totally dependent upon your level of participation. Meaning, if you don't participate, I am very patient, and I have nowhere to be until 8:45. So as Wanda said, I'm going to speak for 30 minutes a little bit about where we are kind of with patient experience, how we're doing, and maybe some theory kind of topics about how we get to that next step. Because West Boca, I'm happy to say, is right on the edge. As the title of the slide says, we're pretty good, right? We seem to not be able to move past pretty good. We get stuck in 3rd year. We cannot get into 4th year. So, in thinking about this, I thought, well, what is the idea? How do we move that extra step? And then I said, well, the experts, about 800 of you, work right in that building with our patients day in and day out. So that's where the participation part comes in. I need you to give me some ideas about how we can get over that cliff, because we are right on the precipice of really being great. Being the leader in the Palm Beach market as far as Tenet is concerned, and we're about halfway in the other, in all of the 10 hospitals in Florida. So it would be really good if we could move up a little further, get some friendly competition going with our fellow hospitals here. So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. I promise I will maybe only say aided or purposeful rounding once or twice, even though we know those are my favorite topics. I'm not going to talk about them too much today, because after 7 years, oh my goodness, I have to have a new soapbox, I think. All right, so also not going to spend a lot of time on this mission, because some of you know this is my favorite topic. But it does serve a purpose to start here really, because what the mission is our promise to the community. We don't hide it. It's not just in employee material. The mission is in our patient handbook, it's on our website. We even have it in, well, you can't see it, but it's in pretty frames that hang around the hospital. And so it's very accessible. So if the public is doing any kind of research about where to go for a hospital, they come across our mission statement, they get a certain idea about what we are as an organization, yes? You can think of it, to use business terms, as our brand promise, kind of, right? So what's a brand promise? Probably easier to do an example. So if you were out car shopping and someone decides they're going to buy a Volvo, what do you know is a priority for them when buying a car? What's Volvo without?